Hi there, I'm Jason Gray, and in this week's book breakdown, book number 46 of the 50 I'm going to break down for you in this year, 2019, which is almost coming to a close, we're going to be looking at Freakishly Effective Leadership for Network Marketers. Stay tuned. All right, are you in sales or network marketing or building a business or curious about business? If you said yes to any of those questions, then this week's book is going to be for you. So Ray and Jessica Higdon of the Higdon Group created this book, and it's great reminders. Now, he was a top earner in his company, and he's went on to build a training company that focuses on this industry and helps people with the right thinking, the right mindset, and the right skills to build a great business. And I'm going to share with you just about 15 or 20 of the highlights I had from the book. The first reminder is the leader's role is simply to make things easy. Okay? So don't get fancy, don't get complicated, don't try to impress, just make things very simple, and that will do you a lot of good. Think about this. If you believe in your company and how it helps people, why would you ever stop introducing it to people? See, sometimes we get either lazy, distracted, or even made it, and then we slow down or we stop doing that. But if you love what you're doing, you know it's good for people, helping people, why would you ever stop introducing them to those concepts, products, or services? Here's a reminder for leadership. Keep people around the campfire, okay? One of the best analogies is to think of your team as people sitting around a campfire. What's the fire? The fire is you as a leader and other top leaders. The fire is also your company convention, the events. The fire is personal development too. That's all fire, okay? Your job as a leader is to create an amazing fire, a culture that makes people feel good regardless of their level of desire or level of results. And for those who do want to grow a business, make sure there are tools and resources anyone can use regardless of the level of influence, expertise, or background they have. So I know I've been around places where people are only recognized or I guess feel good or treated very well if they're big producers. I've also been lucky enough to be in an environment where everyone is treated awesome no matter what they're producing, and that's really the way to go there. You know, the biggest benefits of being involved in network marketing are community, leadership, training, culture, and core values. Those are the most valuable benefits you're going to get. And a lot of times people aren't talking about that. They're only talking about the money. But look, if you're building any type of business, a lot of times you're not making much money, or you're losing a lot of money for 1, 2, 3 years. And then it's a big if you make it or not. Now, of course, franchise and network marketing, they're usually proven, so if people put in the work, over time they do win. But don't forget about the intangibles, which, how do you put a price tag on those? All right, another one. To be freakishly effective leader, you want to make sure there are lighter forms of communication too. People don't just want to make money and achieve success, they also want to feel like they're having fun. Even better, they should be having fun. And I'll admit it, that's a downfall of mine that I'm working on. You know, I'm really hungry to improve and to help others and do well and have massive results. And that's part of the theme of this channel. But I do like to have fun. I just have put it more on the lower priority and haven't mixed it enough with business. And reading this book and looking at other mentors, that's something I'm going to be working on a lot. I'm curious, in your guys' businesses, what are some of the things that you guys do in your chat programs, in your office, on your team, that you would consider fun? Share with us and let me know what everyone likes. All right, 3 things here. You need to be talking to your people and knowing why they joined, what do they hope to accomplish, and then how can you best serve them. If you know those things, you can really tailor your interactions with them and your environment to really get them what they want, not just focus on what you want. And remember this, when you're celebrating things, celebrate activity, not just rank or exact results. Because where do results come from? They come from the activity, right? I know each salesperson, each business owner, each network marketer, they know the numbers are the numbers are the numbers. And whether someone's getting a lot of results this week or not, if they're doing the activity that will get them results, you got to help them know that that is something to celebrate, it's worthwhile, and instill the belief that that is what they need to keep doing. Hey, when onboarding or getting somebody started, a good question to ask them is, all right, now, how do you want to build this thing? How do you want to build your business? Ask them that question because you're going to see their level of desire, you're going to see their creativity, and a lot of times they're going to make suggestions that are either the same or even better than what you were thinking, and it makes it really easy to transition into setting up the next steps. Ray and them talk about training on closing is one of the first techniques or topics that somebody learns. Now think about that. Where do most people start? They start with prospecting or appointment setting, which is great. You have to have appointments. But if you get a bunch of appointments and don't know how to close, they're going to be fruitless, right? Or you might blow some opportunity. So it's good to start with closing and then build in the prospecting and appointment setting with it. Also, keep this in mind. It's not always about what's working. It's mainly about what duplicates, okay? If you have, or if you're adding things to the process and it's making it longer or harder, or the newest person like, ooh, that's too much. It's gonna be a lot harder for them to duplicate that, and then your business is gonna slow down or go backwards. You're much better off to make it simpler and then add where it's requested.
Dad, thank you.
You're very welcome. So this is for the bath. Okay, awesome.
For the bath?
You're welcome, honey.
For the bath?
Yes, for tonight.
Why?
The soaps, I'll show you.
Your soap?
Yeah.
Can I have them?
For the bathtub, yes, tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
It's for the two bathtub soap. And there's one for Zombie.
I know. Okay, so let me have those.
I'll put it upstairs.
Okay, you put that upstairs and then help your sister. Sorry about that. We had surprises here for the girls. All right, it's all about what duplicates. Okay, we got about 6-7 tips left. So when someone's coming to you on your team and asking you for help, how do you say this? How do you do that? You're much better off to point somebody to a resource and say, oh, simple. I've got that video here, click there, or go to our training site, or go to our online office, or whatever you got going on, and point them there. Why? You're all about duplication and multiplication. If you have to have a 30-minute conversation with each and every person, and then they're probably not going to remember much of what you said, then someone else is going to ask that question, you got to say it again. It's going to take way too much time, and that person has nothing to come back to. So create audios and videos and worksheets that people can come back to. Does that make sense? Okay. When a teammate requests your time, you might challenge them to go do some homework first, okay? Again, you want to make sure you're giving your time to the right people, and you want to make sure that they're going to do something with it, because it's all about action, activity, not just thinking and pondering, right? So training versus inspiration. Producing for you or for anyone is asking people if they're open to your product, service, or opportunity. Anything else is preparing for production, but it's not production. So the real work is being in front of somebody or asking somebody to meet with you, right? Everything else is just assisting the work and kind of spinning your wheels. All right, 4 points left, guys. Building a better culture. Some leaders think that building a better culture in your group simply means doing more business trainings. Remember that culture is about making people feel good regardless of their level of desire or results. Instead of just doing business trainings, consider throwing pool parties or barbecues. One time they did a bubble soccer match. So think of ways that are cost effective and can be duplicated in other areas of the world to show your team you aren't just about business, but you guys are a family. So kind of going to that point on fun, right? Hey, flashing a big check or talking about how fancy your car is, your house, is not as effective as telling your story. And I'm talking about your story about where you were and where you're at and where you're going, right? So your story, if you keep it basic and relatable, it will draw people and attract people to you. Bragging just repels people from you. So get you the opposite result you're probably seeking. All right, 2 more. So most leaders, here's what brings them success. Number 1, prospecting quality people for your team. Number 2, constantly referring to the tools and system and getting people to events. And number 3, getting training and resources in their people's hands. And the last point of many good ones on this book is motivation from a leadership perspective is about getting people to do things they're fully capable of doing but won't do without being reminded why they should do them. Like, for example, prospecting and recruiting. There's no such thing as someone who is incapable of prospecting and recruiting. These are perfectly learnable skills by anyone. Anyone can prospect and recruit if they want to, which is part of what makes this business so powerful. All right, guys, there's just a handful of tips in under 10 minutes from Ray and Jessica Higdon at the Higdon Group. We all need to be better leaders, and I know I do as well. And so let's take these tips, put them into action, and let me know in the comments below if you come back to this video which ones you put into action that really made a difference in your business. Until the next breakdown, join me in the pursuit of greatness.